it means a lot, but yeah, what's good?
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
hello.
So, give me the scoop. Why did you get 9 months?
All right, I'll give the full reason as well and shit. It's like the most realist way to put it, in my opinion. All right, so there's one night. I'm gonna just give you the full story for everyone. So
Lay it out.
it's nighttime, right? And I end up going to game rants within the Gallons Discord, right? Just to see if there was something I could read about, because I know people in the Gallons Discord are probably low rank old W. So I look and I see Ripley's comment about how she's getting pissed at some chamber on her team. And so I'm like, why don't you 5-stack? And she's like, I don't want your unsolicited advice. Read the rules, don't give me advice. I go to the rules, there's nothing about it. And so I throw a little tantrum. And so immediately off the bat, I thought it would be funny to post literally my exact interaction with her. And that's where it started. So it all happens. I wasn't aware of her comments regarding her comparison of SA to teabagging until literally later in the day. And so, because at the same time, because I compete actively, well, I can't compete now because I have a 9-month ban, right? But because I compete actively within the Game Changer scene, I was looking already at other previous drama that was happening in the scene, including one where one person was being transphobic and another player, I guess, being convicted of lying about being a non-binary to cheat the system and get into the server and compete. So I made a whole video about it. I feel like the video only blew up because of Ripley's situation being highlighted, as well as everyone's reaction, including your reaction to the thing, knowing that, like, you were aware of it, which is surprising because nobody knew. I didn't know either that the drama circulating around Valorant would grow as big as it would, if anything. Like, straight up, like, the fact that Modern Warzone got a hold of it was even more funnier too. Like, we thought only Jake Lucky would be aware of it. So
I mean, it was such a brain dead take. It was hard to ignore.
100%. It is a brain dead tech, and I mean, too, I do agree as what Don said. Like, comparing SA to teabagging is really a complete erasure of those people who've actually, are victim to that type of thing, which is pretty stupid to make a comparison of rubbing genitals in a fucking virtual game, if anything.
It's just crouching up and down. I don't think anyone views teabagging as like putting nuts on someone's face. At this point, it's just a simple taunt. It's just crouching up and down. It's so crazy.
It's been around for like decades on end. It's nothing new. Like, you see it in Call of Duty, you see it in Fortnite, you see it on Fortnite. They have emotes, right? But you see it in almost any first-person shooter that's existed within like the gaming industry as a whole.
Yep.
It's internet culture. Like, everybody's enthralled by it. Everyone's enthralled by, bad manners or BM for that instance. So all of this happens, and I get a ban from Galorants once that video drops. And so after that, I compete in Game Changers, which is Riot's sanctioned big event for all the FE and non-binary players. Made top 16. Woohoo! I go to a LAN 2 weeks later on last minute occasion, get second place there. As soon as all of this happens, I get literally following all of this, or 2 weeks prior to the event that happened, I get a DM from a Riot employee saying, hey, we want to talk to you about this. So I cooperated as well. And the evidence was presented, like the video, the comments I made towards Ripley, as well as an alleged comment that's now deleted of me wanting to do the Sentinels of Light finisher on her. For those that need context, when you kill the last player on the opposing team, they get on their knees. And so what do you think the other player does when they're still alive? They press W and S back and forth on their keyboard, making it look like they're...
you were like an actual villain here. Okay, I see. I see what happened here. I see why there's a discrepancy in the length of the ban.
So they said that the video wasn't as much as an issue. So They said the video wasn't the issue. It was more of the issue that I made specifically that comment.
Okay.
It's BM. It's general banter, in my opinion. Why is this not allowed in this community? If it's allowed, it's allowed. You see it in the male scene. If you go on VCT or any tier 2 Valorant competitive like stream, like people do that shit on purpose. It exists for a reason. Like there's so much trash talk as well at the lands that I've been to. Like I bet you $15 on my soul Riot knew what the hell they were doing when they added that finisher. Like there's no other way to describe that. You can't tell me that I cannot make that kind of comment. But then again, I understand that the comment directed toward the person is really unfitting for someone like me. Like, you know, it's like competing. You're supposed to have like, you're supposed to be a role model, I guess. You're supposed to have like some sort of stance within the community.
I still think that there's always a place for banter in professional games, and sports for that matter. I don't think it should be punished.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. And especially, so Don illustrated that there's a no teabagging rule.
There is.
Only
yes,
which is crazy.
So, yeah, no. So in regular VCT, for those that don't know, you can teabag, you can BM, you can do the soul finisher, as I stated that I would have probably done to this player if I allegedly smurf, which, for God's sake reasons, I will never smurf on my life at all. In GC, no, or in Gallant tournaments specifically, they don't condone it for some reason, as it promotes toxicity. Yet, anytime, and if you've been in the GC scene, too, I know that your viewers and you don't keep up with this much, and you don't play Valorant either. This is like reoccurring in the scene that I compete in. Anytime there's teabagging involved, there's always some soft person. And I'm gonna say it now. There's some soft motherfucker that thinks, "Oh my god, teabagging! You shouldn't be doing it. It's not good behavior." It's like, no, they teabag because it's BM. There's a reason why people do it, and so there's like warnings lashed out in the middle of these tournament games and everything. It's ridiculous that in this scene you can't do it, but in the bigger scene like, you're allowed to, right? However, when all of this was happening during the 2 weeks, I had asked Nerd Street, who run the main VCT, right? They told me that that anyone was allowed to teabag in the bigger event, which makes no sense to me. Well, I get because it's a different organizer, right? But it's a bit weird at the same time that GCA or Academy doesn't allow it, which is just odd.
It doesn't make much sense to me either.
Yeah, 100%. So all of this happens. I have the interview. I get interrogated. Well, not interrogated. I cooperate with Riot, so I don't get my ass probably ruled out again for another probably 9 months. And then this week, or the past 72 hours, Asper Clash happens. There are 3 key things to take from this tournament, right? 1, I think this is the big one, so I'll start with the big one and then the smaller ones. Actually, I'll start with the small and then the big one. So, 1, people were getting pissed off because a player allegedly on one team was suddenly approved for, or to be an emergency sub for another team. That lashes out and everybody's complaining, though that instance either is not the first time that it's happened in that Gallarant's tournament GCA. In my opinion, I don't take sides on it, but I do agree too, like, if Riot's or whoever the hell is making these rules, you should not be bending them. Those are rules, those are boundaries set for a reason, right? You shouldn't be bending them. But at the same time, I kind of understand. So it's like a two-way street for me to like pick a side, so I stay neutral in this situation.
What was the other 2?
Okay, so the other 2, as far as I know, so another teammate, so that was one of the 3. The second one is that 2 other players get banned from the community completely. One of them is banned for allegedly lying to you about being non-binary and being toxic, while the other one is fully blatantly like completely toxic. There's like, you know, they're on Twitter, right? Like there's literally clips and like screenshots of them being racist, saying slurs, everything, the whole schmack and stuff. And so they get a permanent ban, and I don't know, I think they're gonna get investigated by Riot too because of it, from what I know. Now the third one is like the most biggest one. I don't think you're aware of this either, but to those that don't know, there is currently an ongoing, I think, investigation of a team that qualified for the LAN, which is set to happen next week, where allegedly the girlfriend's boyfriend played on her account for the last 2 games of both semifinals and grand finals.
It's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. It blew up, and like I said, the past 72 hours have been a wild ride. So me being the person who so literally on Saturday, it's my sister's birthday, but with all the drama happening, I literally tweet out, I'm aware of this drama, I'm gonna make another video about it, and people were like, you need to do it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking do it. And so I'd make it, and both videos are on my Twitter. I'm not gonna plug or anything, but it blows up in popularity now, and all of a sudden, right, so I go to take my bet, so I'll go nap time, bedtime, whatever. I wake up at 11:10 in the morning, or yeah, 11:10 in the morning directly earlier today. Just like Dawn, I was supposedly gonna get another meeting, and I would be told to make a public statement, right? Because now my ruling's out. No email, no second meeting. My ruling is out in the wild, and my name is also out there too. I got the same thing as Dawn. Like, I have friends on Instagram. I have people on people that still use Facebook, man. Like, people on Facebook, people on fucking and Snapchat and shit. Like, people are messaging me. They're like, like, hey, dead name here. That's you? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Why? And they're like, you didn't tell us about this. I'm like, I have to explain now that I'm trans. I have to explain to people that have not known about it that I'm transgender, which sucks. I get doxxed as well.
The riot statement. Both got doxxed.
It's unlucky. And yeah, no. That's the only reason why I have my 9-month ban. So in the most basic way, without that whole story, I had to say it, and I apologize for wasting time for both your viewers and you. I got banned for 1, making an informative video of drama that has already been made aware. 2, threatening to teabag somebody in in-house scrims, and 3, that soul finisher, threatening to do the finisher on someone. Pretty much.
Yeah, right. I don't agree with the ban. I think it's a load of dog shit. I appreciate you giving the insight. I see why yours is longer than Dawn's.
Yeah,
it's a little different. I still don't think it warrants a ban. Like, maybe just if they're trying to keep it clean, maybe just telling you like, hey, don't perform the people's elbow finisher or whatever the fuck it's called. Like,
honestly, yeah, true.
Like, there's definitely a better way of handling it. So you also didn't know that the ban was coming. They didn't give you any warning or anything?
Yeah, no, okay. No warning, no nothing. They did say for me, we're going to hit you up in the next 1 to 2 weeks with another meeting. We'll let you know what your punishment and consequence is if you are convicted of it, to which I am. And I'm taking, like I said, full responsibility. They didn't do any of that. Nothing on my email. I just woke up. I didn't even, I was going to wake up and literally get Shroud Madrina's coffee. I literally just woke up to my phone, got on the Bluebird app. I saw my name and Dawn's name, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like, all right, then. It's like, okay, I'll get on. Yeah. It's like, I'll get on. I'll make my little itty bitty statement and then move on from there. And probably play ranked, and yeah, play ranked for the next 9 months, because I won't be doing anything. I don't know what my future is, if anything, in this scene at the moment.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear all that. I don't think either one of you deserved a ban. I think I've made that clear. And hopefully Riot takes a second look at it and maybe gets rid of this whole teabagging Voldemort thing that they're doing here, where they treat teabagging as if it's some unholy, reprehensible act or whatever the fuck's happening here.
On my soul, by the time they do that, probably Half-Life 3 has already been announced, dude. It's like,
ain't God that the knows. Fucking truth.
Oh, amen, brother.
I appreciate you coming in and giving us some insight.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it as well. I mean, I love your content. Your Twitch chat, as always, is amazing. I hope you guys, get a laugh out of it or whatever. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for your time with Critical.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a great night.
You too.
Yeah. I don't think either deserves a ban at all. I still think this is absolute horseshit. If I had to wager a guess, and I'll throw the guess out here. Oh, I just realized. Too late now. I'll throw the guess out here. I know Riot got investigated for what was it, gender discrimination stuff at the office. Like they had a huge workplace culture problem at Riot where we even talked about it on the podcast. There were stories where like one of the higher ups at Riot used to go cubicle to cubicle and fart in the employees' faces. Like they treated it like it was a crazy fucking frat house. And I believe it was like $100 million lawsuit or something. I mean, I'm on the internet right now. I can double check.